What if I told you that you could buy a well-sounding headphone for $5 US? Technically, it's an earbud, but still, it costs only $5. This is a Venture Electronics Monk Plus. Honestly, at this point, you can stop watching this review, order yourself one, and call it a day. Trust me, this is going to be one of the best $5 purchases you will ever make in this hobby. But for those interested in more details, here's my take on it. By the way, the samples for this review were kindly provided by Venture Electronics. As always, I'm not paid to say anything in particular about the products, and all thoughts and opinions in today's episode are my own. In addition, if you wonder what was in the mail package except Monk Plus, you can watch my full episode on Venture Electronics, and I'll leave a link to this video in the description. The Monk Plus has made a name in the audiophile community because of its insane price to performance ratio. Monk Plus comes in two editions, Standard and SPC, both of which will be featured in this review. Both editions also feature a 15.4mm dynamic driver and non-detachable cable. The standard edition that costs $5 is shipped in a plastic bag, and it includes the earbuds and 4 pairs of earphones. There are also two versions available, with or without a microphone. The standard edition of Monk comes with 3.5mm cable termination. SPC edition that costs $20 is shipped in a carton box, and it includes the earbuds, EX Pack Lite, which is a set of different earphones, and a storage zipper case. There are also two versions available, with and without a microphone. In addition, with the SPC edition, you can choose the cable termination between 2.5mm, 3.5mm, or 4.4mm at no additional cost. The impedance of Monk Plus is 64 ohms, sensitivity is 118 dB. Monk Plus earbuds are made out of black translucent plastic, and you can see the driver configuration. There's also a few vent holes at the base of the earbud. The diameter of the base is 16mm, which means that 15.4mm driver almost completely utilizes this space. The stems are also made out of plastic, and they're 20mm in length. On the outside part of the stem there's a model name as well as a channel indication. The SPC version comes with transparent housings and different cables that we'll talk about a bit later in this review, and that's basically it. Overall, the build quality of the earbuds is very good, especially considering its price. Now a couple of words about fit and comfort. Before we start, I need to highlight that I'm not particularly a fan of the earbuds, mainly because of their fit, seal and isolation. To be more precise, the lack of seal and isolation. Surprisingly, when I tried Monk Plus for the first time, I was surprised as they sit in my ears much better than some of the other earbuds I previously tried. I tested these pairs in a bunch of different scenarios, and while it's still not my pair of choice for walking outside, I need to say that using Monk Plus at my desk was a pleasant experience. The foams didn't irritate my ears at all, and long listening sessions have been quite comfortable. Still, as there's almost no isolation, I don't recommend using this pair in a noisy environments. Both versions of Monk Plus come with a non-detachable cable that is 1.2 meters long. The main difference here is that SPC version comes with a stiffer cable, and in addition you can order the SPC version with 2.5mm, 3.5mm or 4.4mm connector. The Monk Plus Standard Edition comes with a 3.5mm termination. Overall, the cable is low in microphonics, it has a plastic chin slider, but the cable is not very flexible. Now let's talk about the sound. Please note that all sound impressions that I'm sharing on my channel are completely subjective, so please take them with a grain of salt. At 64 ohms of impedance and 118 dB of sensitivity, Monk Plus can still be driven from a phone. And while I had no issues pairing it with my Samsung Galaxy S10, it can benefit from additional power. The low frequencies are surprising here. Earbuds by their nature are not very good at low frequencies, and I wasn't expecting any miracles in this section. Still, after a few adjustments with the placement of the earbud in my ear, I was pleasantly surprised with the amount and quality of bass. It's well pronounced, detailed and warm, and while there is not much sub-bass extension due to roll-off and the nature of the earbuds, the mid-bass weight and authority had me pleasantly surprised. Of course, it's not near any level of bass on IEMs, but if you enjoy gentle bass, you might enjoy it on Monk Plus as well. The mid-range here is natural and organic. There's no bass bleed into mids, and this helps to keep the mid-range clean and articulate. The mid-range detail is great at this price point, instruments have natural timbre and vocals are quite forward, with a good body and definition. Upper mids are generally better pronounced than lower mids, adding some additional energy to the overall mid-range presentation. The treble on Monk is sparkly, energetic and detailed. I wouldn't call it sibilant or harsh at all, but it's got a nice amount of sparkle. At the same time, thanks to treble extension, the details are also good for a pair of budget earbuds, and the treble perfectly complements the overall tuning of Monk Plus. Let's summarize. In my opinion, Monk Plus is an amazing value per dollar in our hobby. If you don't have it yet, I strongly recommend you to go and get yourself a pair now, or even 2 pairs, before they start raising the prices. Pros: great all-rounder pair of headphones that can serve well as a backup pair too. Bass performance is surprisingly good for an earbud, mid-range is clean and articulate, full and forward vocals, overall organic and slightly warm presentation, and an excellent value for the money. Cons: I don't really think this pair has any real cons. Trust me, I tried, but I just couldn't find any. Alright guys, that's all from me for today, and I hope that you enjoyed this review. If you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel and click the bell icon to receive new video updates. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.